believe it was the 16th or the 19th of December. They shipped the pinball and the back box. I looked at my tracking, and I should have pulled it up, but I don't have it handy. The back box, when it came from China, it landed in Cleveland, went to Cincinnati, went to Akron. I swear it took a tour of Ohio. Now, mind you, Akron is about an hour from where I live. They put it back on a plane, back to Cleveland. It went back to Cincinnati, then back to Akron, sat there for 5 days, and then it went back to Cleveland, back to Akron, and then got delivered yesterday. Explain that to me.
They got to get that money's worth as far as those handling charges.
And you people wonder,
it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And
you people wonder why you haven't gotten your pinballs yet or any other package. What?
Cliff Clavin, every county, man.
Well, it's. I mean, they're still charging you, right?
I don't understand why you have a problem there. We get it there eventually. What's the problem?
But I mean, it costs. They're complaining because they're understaffed. And my buddy is a postal worker, and I was talking to him.
Hello, everybody. I am the CEO of iArcade, and you are watching the best show in the world, Retro Bus. Let's go.
Hey guys, it's Friday, and what a whirlwind of a day it's been, and it is, and but we're here to talk some gaming and arcade news, and we didn't plan this, but everybody's wearing the same shirt. We almost got them in the mail today.
Beautiful shirt. I got mine months ago. I was just waiting for you guys to catch up. Angel likes me better.
That's what it is. Well, we're showing support here for this ability, our buddy Angel. So Doug, we're gonna let Doug model it here because
Oh,
He's handsome.
sorry. Let me slide away from the microphone.
there you go. Get that music bumping. There it is.
Get that music pumping. Get this music pumping.
But
Well,
definitely appreciative of Angel sending these out. Nice guy, great products. Can't thank him enough.
let me see here.
I'm all
What
lit up behind me right now.
I was gonna say, what is Glenn doing over there? Glenn's like sitting there and
Sitting pretty. Got all
he's all lit up over there.
my ability. Yeah. Yeah.
Illuminated.
Got my remote on it now, so I can blind you all. Put it all the way up like that. But turn it down and go a little bit lower than that. Let's go a little bit less, and we get it just. Look at that. Boom. That's my
Nailed
ability. Remotes.
Remotes. Nice.
Well, guys, we appreciate you tuning in. I know last week we changed the day on you guys, and I appreciate those that came out. We are going to do this again. We're going to do the community show. It seemed like the community had a blast when we opened up the Zoom. So this month, this month, right? Or do we do it? We were still in. I don't even know what day it is. It's a new month.
Yeah, this is February.
February. All right.
21's almost over, man. Get ready for 22.
I guess I should read. I guess I should read the lower third there. So, the end of this month, what we'll do is the last Friday of this month. Mark your calendars. We'll open up the Zoom again, and you guys can join us and join us for the show. I think it'll be a lot of fun. You talked to the guys that jumped on before, but I kind of want to get into a few things here. I don't know if you guys saw, but on Arcade 1-Up, I think it was this week, they had posted what they're calling like a refurb sale. Basically, these machines that either were open box, that were sent back, or people didn't want them, right? And they went back, and now they're selling them for $399 with no warranty. None at all.
Didn't they? I want to say they updated the website.
If they changed it earlier on, it was like that, and I've been out of the loop for the last 24 hours. So if they changed it, I apologize. That's incorrect information. But in the beginning, there was no warranty.
Correct. Yeah.
What is the new scoop on it?
Well, now you're gonna make me pull it up because
Come
I
on,
looked at it in
man.
a day.
You got to do more
I'm
than
a
just
busy
look
man.
pretty.
I'm playing
Come
with
on.
toys.
Oh, he's playing with toys. Well, while he's
Last time I looked at
toys.
it was sold out. So
okay.
I mean, it's somewhat of a moot point regardless.
Well, originally it wasn't sold out, so maybe they
Yeah.
put a sold out.
I still think even if they put a warranty on there, I thought that was a little bit high myself. But if people bought them, they bought them. Kudos to them.
Well, Rex is saying there was a limited warranty. They must have changed it because I know P-Dubs did a video about it, and I was watching it. I'm like, really? $400 for a machine with no warranty? That's what they cost new. So somebody must have screwed up there. I can't see them really doing that, especially on a refurb. Even refurbs do like 15 to 30 days, right? On anything.
Something. I mean, typically open box Best Buy, I think, is 2 weeks for most open box items you get there. So that'd be kind of standard.
especially around a Doug Smith Best Buy for some reason.
Yeah. See, the key is you go in there and you just open the box yourself, and then you walk up front and you say, "Hey, I need a manager to price this. This one's been opened."
Oh, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Doug's the one that he'll take it and he'll put it in a pinball machine, and then he'll go, "Oh darn, I got to take it back to the store." It's like,
Yep. I'm like, crap, doesn't work. Oh well.
Well, either way, okay. So that was a mute point. That was one of the big things that I saw because the news has been really really
Well,
low.
there is a good piece of news. I mean, I don't have a lot of information on it yet. I've been trying to reach out to our good friend Very Sneaky, because apparently, from what I can see, he's found a way to go on the Generation 1 arcade one-ups and either load a new firmware or at least load some additional ROMs on there. He was showing a Galaga machine with Galaga, Galaxian, Pac-Man, Frogger, all these other games being run on the original board, Generation 1 board. I reached out to him. I haven't heard back from him yet. I was kind of hoping to get him on the show to talk, or at least get his voice on the show. But, you know, Very Sneaky does a lot of, well, sneaky stuff on there. And I thought that was pretty amazing. And if you go in the official Facebook groups and other groups, you'll see some posts showing he's done it. So I would like to know how he did it. I'm assuming he's loading a new firmware on there, on these boards, which probably means you are going to have to solder on a USB header or something, because those boards, the Generation 1 boards, didn't have an easy way to do that firmware update. But hopefully we can come back and get more information on that.
I think typically the way he's always been doing it in the past is he kind of offered that as a service. So I don't think the customer actually has to do the soldering themselves. I think whether he has a supply of the PCBs or you send him your PCB in, typically I think he's always offered the service of he'll hook you up, get everything up and running for a price, and then send it back to you. And all you have to do is plug it back into your machine. So very cool. I saw those videos. I saw one of the things that kind of piqued my interest was you could get like the sped up hack versions of things like Galaga and Miss Pac-Man going on.
Right.
The aesthetics of his quote unquote hack look really cool. I mean, it looks very OEM, looks like it belongs and came from the Arcade One-Up factory exactly as is. So it's a cool option for anybody that doesn't want to go down that rabbit hole of Raspberry Pis, PC modding, all those type of things. If you're not familiar with hooking or setting up any of that type of stuff, yeah, you can contact Very Sneaky and basically, like I said, send him your PCB, he'll hook you up and then send it back, and all you have to do is plug it back in, you're good to go.
So let's take this opportunity, Glenn, to mention this. We were discussing in a private chat that the three of us have earlier.
It's a private chat.
I know.
It's called private.
But wait.
Spoilers.
So what we wanted to do is, because we talk about the show, what we wanted to do is, Glenn had made a suggestion about some of these guys. You said that they make different retro consoles and different things like that.
Yeah. We were talking before, and what I would like to do, and I think we're going to do this to try it out, is we do have a lot of people in the community making things, whether it be new joysticks for a console or a new console, or modifications, like new screens or soundboards. Have them on, maybe talk about their product for a few minutes, like a news session, and then just have them join us for the rest of the episode to talk about whatever the daily topic is. And if I haven't reached out to you already, and you do make a product like that, reach out to me, and let's get you scheduled on the show.
Yeah, and I was going to say to the community, get in touch with Glenn. If you know somebody that you think would be great to be on here, get him in touch with Glenn, because Glenn can get him scheduled on here. And we don't want them just to come on and pimp their product. Let's see their gaming knowledge. Let's talk to them about some of the cool things that they grew up with. I think that'll be a whole lot of fun. And I do want to say I apologize that the YouTube comments, I can bring in Facebook comments right now. I think there's an update to the software. I had 2 live shows this afternoon. I didn't get a chance to update it, and
Unacceptable.
I know. Normally, you're not supposed to update before a show, and I'm just that type of person that will do it, and then everything
roll the
breaks.
Get rid of that iOS.
And
That's
then
the problem right there. Boom.
and then Windows decided to change some audio settings, so the guys got on. I couldn't hear them. They could hear me, and they could hear each other, but they couldn't. So we got that all squared away. That's why we were a little late running the intro stuff. So
that's Friday for you.
Anything we got, Doug, in the YouTube chat worth mentioning?
So early on, we had a question specifically for Glenn. It said, Glenn, do you have any button or joystick options available for the Arcade One-Up cabinets that isn't the Tron joystick or spinners?
Now he's playing games.
Always
No,
the consummate troll.
Yeah, there is. So yeah, the problem is we're trying to hit a lot of different things right now, and right now is also the Chinese. They're on vacation right now. They're on New Year's, I guess,
New Year.
whatever.
Mhm.
Right, New Year's. So when do people get time off? I don't get any time off. But anyway, so the answer is we do. The Tron joystick was built off of an original 8-way joystick that we would have sold anyway. We're just trying to find a way really to get off Amazon. Amazon is like the best in the beginning for us, but it's the worst now. It was the best because Amazon is very good with returns. People trust it. So we were able to at least build up rapport, people understanding our product is a good product. People trust my product at this point. But Amazon is horrible as far as I send them stuff and it can hold up for 2 months before it gets, put up there. My Star Wars stuff was in December. It didn't come up until just recently. So we have a couple of new products coming out of the pipeline. We do have 1 million press buttons, which I've been using in my machines back here, but tested them. They're very, very good. Of course, I'm going to say that to my product. But we do have a joystick, and we're in the middle of testing right now. If you haven't heard, we do make the spinner. We're going to have a Tron theme spinner, which is a standard one for Tron. But we're in the beta right now for the Tron, Discs of Tron spinner with the push and pull. We're in the middle of the 8-way 12 rotation joystick. Games like Frontline, which I've actually playing over there. Frontline, one of my favorite games. Our light gun is still in process. We were thinking maybe we shouldn't do it because the Sindin and other kind of light guns are out there, but we have a pretty good gun, so we may come out with that regardless. So the answer is yeah. My long-winded answer was we're just trying to find a way to get it without waiting for Amazon to hold stock, and then I get 500 emails. Glenn, when are you going to restock the trackball? When are you going to restock this? I'm like, they're there, but Amazon hasn't released it. So we're just trying to figure out a way to be quicker at getting you guys things and respond faster. That's our 2021 goal. I don't know about Doug and Steve, but my company, this is goals time of the year. You have your goals for your team. So my goal, personal goal this year, is to figure out a way to do that and getting off Amazon, which is killing us slowly. It's a good song. Killing me softly with this stick when you're killing me slow.
Did you see the Amazon CEO step down this week? So I think a lot of people are
Now's
gun
your
shy.
chance, Glenn.
Yeah, it's all your
step in.
fault.
Now's your chance.
You fired him.
I'll step
didn't you?
right in. I step in it all the time at work. Trust me, I step in it all the time.
Glenn's the reason that the CEO stepped down. That's what he's trying to tell
He
you.
did.
That's why he wants to get off of Amazon.
Yep.
That's the reality.
Glenn was
right?
coming for him. Yep.
All right. So what about the? I know Glenn's Switch is still inside of his wrapper, but there is a brand new game.
It's coming out. You know why it's coming out too, right? It's going to come out for the first time ever, and you know why, right?
No, I don't know why. Enlighten us.
What's coming out this month? What is coming out this month?
Super Mario World or Super Mario Brothers 3D Land with Bowser?
Nope. That's not
Bowser's Fury. No.
Nope.
What else?
What is coming out this month
for Switch?
Think about it.
Tell me they release Pong or something for it.
No, it's for the Switch. It's for the PlayStation. It's for the Xbox. It's for a couple of different.
Would it happen to be? Would it happen to be?
Mania! Come on! We're in it. I'm gonna buy 5 copies of that and maybe keep all 5 in the box. I don't know, but I gotta play it.
Well, don't we have to get
Let's be honest. Glenn was going to buy 5 copies of it regardless of it being in the game or not.
Right. Don't we have to go through limited run games though to get the physical copy? Everything else is gonna be digital. Oh
yeah, gotta have physical. You know what? I would die if I couldn't get a physical copy of it.
When are we, Doug? You're usually the limited run games guy. When do you foresee us being able to pre-order that?
I would expect pre-orders in the May timeframe, and then delivery in the September, August, because limited run is you order something and then you get it 8 months later. So they make awesome stuff, but you don't ever get it in a timely fashion. So that's just one thing you always have to expect. I just got my Streets of Rage 4 vinyl soundtrack that I ordered a year ago, a couple weeks ago. So that's just how it happens with those guys.
Well, that's
so everyone out there has got to buy this game. This game must be bought by everybody.
So will you autograph it, Glenn, if they bring it to you or if they send it to you?
You know me, I'm a cheap bitch. I'll autograph anything. Just bring me some, I'll sign it.
I guess he'll autograph it.
There you
Absolutely.
go. There you go.
So I thought what we could do too is we could show some folks. So I'm working on something right now, and I made mention of it last week. So this is the first iteration of it where what I'm attempting to do. Okay, I just have to do a few things to be able to do this. But give me a second here, and yeah, I know it's not on. I turned it off. But let me go to this. So what we're going to do is we're going to have this, what Glenn has deemed a fan cam. And what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to move this within the browser. This will be in the backside of the studio here. And I think I can hit this, and there you go. And you'll be able to actually do this during a show.
Check that out, huh?
And you'll be able to like pan around here like this. Look, there's a guy sitting at the studio desk there, and look, you can do this. You're going to be able to come in like this and basically see.
I'm almost wondering if we should do a drawing for someone to be the controller of the cam.
Well, I think I mean, we could do whatever, but I think this will be cool. People get to see a lot of the behind the scenes. Like if you've never seen the studio or seen how we do things here, like you can see, everything. You could peruse my whole downstairs arcade studio. So I'm gonna have probably two of them. There's another camera right over here that we're gonna allow you guys to operate. I just have to do I have to do some updates, and I need to get some dynamic DNS so I can protect my network from all you hackers out there. Because I'm not giving you my IP address. But these are some cool things that we're working on that will allow you guys to, I don't know, see some cool stuff if you think that interests you or something. But
Did you get the tub with the pudding? The big huge tub for the pudding for the?
Well, that was. I thought you were doing that at your house.
Yeah,
I'm working on it.
for,
I gotta make sure they have a tub.
Low price, Glenn will gladly, keep a camera on 24/7 and show you his most intimate livelihood lifestyle choices. Let's call him that.
Just waiting for TLC or the History Channel to call. I'm just waiting.
Well, either way, that's something I'm working on. So I'm hoping it's a little bit more difficult than I initially thought getting it set up, and so it's going to take a little bit of time. But it is being worked on. I got the cameras mounted. I got all the cables run. I can control the camera from here. So that's 90% of the steps, if you will. The rest of it is all stuff I have to do on the web. But it's pretty cool. You'll be able to do it from your phone. You can do it from, I have to grant you permission, obviously. But it'll be something that maybe we do the fan of the month or something. Whoever's helping promote the show the most, we let them control the camera for 5 minutes. They can go around, and we'll get somebody else. Maybe we'll pick, somebody that Glenn wants that bought his 100th steering wheel or whatever. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out.
Just someone who
there.
talks to me. Just someone who says hi to me. just say hello, and I'll say yes, please.
The bar is very high.
Yeah. And maybe we'll send you.
Speaking of bars.
Oh no.
See, no, seriously. That picture I sent you before the show, but I was trying to bid on. Can you pull that up?
Yeah. Let me
pull up. So I want to talk to people for a second. So I obviously collect very strange things here. All the stuff. I did actually, though. I got this. I'm very happy. I got the Groot edition. It was special on eBay. It says Groot himself. It's true because it was on eBay. Groot himself played with this in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So I got this for a little under $7,000. No, I'm just kidding. I paid $30 for this, but for something of this age, this is from 1982, 83. $30. It's got a couple of imperfections on it, but I took it apart, got it cleaned and working yesterday. Now, people also know that I collect strange things, and I actually built myself an NTEX Adventure Vision because I've never been able to get one. So what you're looking at right here is something right before the show. I was a little late coming into the show with Steven and Doug because this was a broken, I'm going to repeat, broken NTEX Adventure Vision, missing the battery cover, missing the expansion cover, no game included, no Defender game which came with it, no box, nothing, just the unit that is broken, sold, and I was bidding, and I'm an idiot. I was gonna max out at $500, which is even insane for something that went $50.
I was going to ask you, what's the retail? What was
it was $50. I remember seeing it at Cable toy stores after the crash. You could have got this with all the games for $30. So we all kick ourselves up. This is This, in fairness, is the Holy Grail console. The NTX Adventure Vision is the one and only Holy Grail console of classic gaming. But I still cannot imagine. I mean, I was bidding, it was like $200. Like, okay, I'm gonna do 500. I'm insane, but you know, I built one, but I really want to have one. I want to tinker it. I want to mess with it, see if I can get it working. And this thing still sold for $1,325 plus $12. That's what killed me. $12 shipping. That's why I said I'm not gonna do it. Not the $1,300, but I mean, what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think of these consoles fetching that kind of money? I know one person. I'm not gonna mention their names. But I know someone who has like 15 of these machines. But he is a diehard collector, even worse than me, and he doesn't put them in bags, so maybe he's better than me. But what do you guys feel about consoles fetching that kind of money? Is it A, good for your retirement, or B, is it just a shameless cash grab for someone who wants to play with it and put it in a bag in his own shelf behind him for the show? For me,
I have a feeling this is a trick question. No matter what we say here, it's gonna be a wrong answer. Am I right, Doug?
Yeah. I mean, this is pretty standard for, retro video gaming, toys, collectibles. Basically everything at some point has zero market value, and it goes skyrocketing through the roof as people age and look back and have those nostalgic, goggles on and think, oh, I want something from my childhood, or I want something, that I remember from my past. Like NES games, you couldn't give them away. Atari cartridges, you couldn't give them away. Same thing. Now they're all fetching crazy astronomical prices because they're rare. They're hard to find. Same thing with, retro toys, Star Wars, Transformers, Ninja Turtles, all those type of things. For the longest time, you were giving them away at a yard sale and you were lucky to make $20. Looking at my parents, who sold all my retro video games and toys for $20.
He's not bitter. You notice
People
that
don't forget.
he's not bitter.
No,
Yeah,
that's
not bitter
happened
at
to
all.
us all.
I've
You're
moved
out of your room
on.
for college for more than a day. You know your parents are dumping that to make it a sewing room. You know that's what's going to happen. It happened to us all.
Yeah. But I mean, this is a prime example of something like that. Like Glenn mentioned, $30, you could buy the whole kit and caboodle. Fast forward 20 years later, now it's fetching $1,300 for a broken one that's missing the game. I mean, that's just supply and demand. Simple as that.
So there's one thing I always wanted to do with this, and Glenn, this about sums it up. Ready? Wouldn't you agree? I mean, that sums. I mean, they're just exploiting it.
Oh, it's Shattered Dreams. It's Shattered Dreams, and eBay is one of the worst places to go because it's just going to be a place where you're going to pay top dollar for whatever.
Oh,
and I bid on so many, and I have a nemesis out there. I'm not mentioning the names, but I have a nemesis out there that every single time he's outbid me on that machine, every time. So I mean, again, I made one myself. But I definitely want to get in there and because basically people don't know the NTX Adventure Vision was a cartridge-based system, but it actually had a rotating mirror similar to the vibrating mirror in the Virtual Boy. So this rotating mirror just spun around and had a bunch of LEDs on one side, and these LEDs just flickered. And as they flickered, the rotating mirror got you sick, first of all. But in between getting you sick, made a 120, I think it was 120 by 104 display. And to be quite honest, the Defender game that was packed in is actually really good. The Asteroid game on it is really good. The Cobra Commander game is really good. And the Turtles game is actually really good. So NTX did a fantastic job with all that. But I just really have a hard time spending that kind of money, even on something like that, even though no one's going to yell at me, other than maybe you guys saying, what are you insane? You could have bought 2 pinball machines for that kind of money. It's just a piece of history that I definitely want to get my hands on at some point. But even I have my limits.
Well, I think that's
Everyone's got
with
that
everything.
grail items they're looking to add to the collection.
Yeah, I mean, I really want a Turbo Express, but I don't want to pay $600 for it. Now, I did.
Oh, you want one of these? Hold on a second.
Oh, here we go, Mr. Show Off. That's my grill.
And he's got 2.
Wait, it's in a bag. Hold on, let me get the bag off of there because this is,
what
vegetables.
Did you just get the bag? See, that's what I want.
One of these.
Yeah, but I want it recapped and everything. Yeah.
Oh, it is, baby.
Oh, I know yours is. I do have my Vita modded to where I can play all the TurboGrafx games on it, but it's not the same. It's kind of like the guys that are emulating. It's really not.
And that's the fun part about it is because everything, including the NTX Adventure Vision, they're emulated. You can play them, and you can play them pretty much for free. But there's just something, and I don't know what it is. I mean, I have this here. you could play these games on a TurboGrafx 16. You can play it on your TV. But there's something about taking the game cartridge and sliding it in and actually doing this. It's like a book. There's ebooks. You don't need to buy a book anymore. They're e-readers. But there's something about the book, the physicalness of it is a part of the whole experience. All right, there's $5 more is young. But in any case.
Well, okay. So
I
let me
understand
ask
your
you. Let me ask you then. And you and Doug. So I have been, and I know this has been out for a while. I have actually been noodling around, thinking about buying this Evercade.
Bleh. Bleh.
I mean, you're talking about physical cartridges. You're talking about old games, even. Well, wait, even games that you like Pong and you know.
Yeah, I know what's on there. And a couple times I've seen it on sale for as low as $79 with all the games. But this is the same. First of all, the same company that made the Blaze like Pong, which was pretty bad. But from everyone I've talked to about that one, they said it's a pretty good console. But I do want the cartridges. But I don't know. This is still an emulation machine. It's not like the original like Atari Lynx or original Sega Game Gear or original whatever. So yeah, I mean you can play them this way. But to be honest, if I was doing something like that, I'd go to like Wagner's Tech Talk, and he's got so many different consoles, or even ETA Prime. There's other consoles that I think are better at doing that. And I don't know. I mean, I've seen it. People seem to think it's okay. But that's for some reason not for me. I don't know about Doug or you, but for me it's up there.
Doug, don't you have one, or did you review one?
I don't. I've got a bajillion other things that are very similar to this. This is, in my opinion, good for that person that is not tech savvy, that wants to experience those games in the close to original form factor, so to speak, and just be able to buy cartridges, throw them in there, as opposed to going on the internet, loading up ROMs, and flashing an SD card and hooking up a Raspberry Pi Zero or anything like that. This is for that person that wants that retro experience but doesn't want to go down the rabbit hole of emulation, modding, as far as hardcore type of stuff. I haven't personally experienced this. I've heard good things about it. Everyone I've seen that has it and tested it out seems to enjoy it, says the screen's nice, plays well. Just different strokes, different folks type of thing. It may not be for Glenn, but there's people out there that'll absolutely love it, I'm sure.
Yeah,
and again, for the price when it's on, I mean, I've seen it for $99 on eBay with all the games, but it's gone a couple times down to $79. At $79, I mean, it's not a bad deal, but yeah.
Well, like Michael B., the Game Genie, I know he has one, and he had a pretty positive, and I think that's what sold me on it. You guys out there, you always look at us YouTubers, you go, oh, we buy stuff because you guys going down that road, Doug, about influencers, but we look at other guys that are doing YouTube, and we go, okay, well, I respect Michael's opinion. I respect what he has to say. And
that's one person.
He likes it. So, I mean, honestly, that was the reason I bought the Toy Shock, was because of P-Dubs. He's like, oh, you'll have fun with it. It's really good. And we did. We had fun with it. But there's other machines that have come out that blow it out of the water.
Well, there's a super chat, actually, from P-Dubs right now saying he calls his the Nevercade because it never gets played.
Oh, well, there you go. That's interesting. So you have Michael B., who loves it, and you've got P-Dubs, who never plays it. Anybody else in the chat room, do any of you guys have it? And if so, just give us a one line of your experience with it.
Right. Should I buy it? Come on, convince me, people. Convince me. Should Glenn spend his hard-earned money out of Cole's piggy bank?
Out of Cole's college fund.
Well, I thought he was already moved out. I thought you threw him out a couple weeks ago.
Well, I do have to make room. So when I have to make room for the pinball machines and everything else, I have a tent for him on. I have his trampoline. I got him when he was like 9. Just put a tent on top of that, so it's kind of comfortable. And
so speaking of Cole, right? So I was talking with my mom this week. We had some problems where she called me. I was busy. I called her back the next day, left her a voicemail, and I kept calling, and I kept getting voicemail. I thought her phone was busted or something. I don't know. But I finally got a hold of her, and she was telling me she always gets to watch the show after it's been recorded. And I'm like, wait, you watched this show? Because I'm like, why would she watch a gaming show? She's not into gaming. Yeah. She goes, some of the stuff you guys talk about is hilarious. And she goes, that one guy, Glenn, he is so funny. She's like, I sit there and watch it. And she's married before you even ask. I knew you were going to go there. But she was like, I'm like, really? She's like, oh my goodness. It just reminded me when you bring up Cole, that's probably some of the stuff she's laughing at.
We have it all here. We got the tech savviness of Steven. We got the sexy good looks of Mr. Doug Cooltoy. And you have the comedic genius of me.
And you notice something, too. We put Glenn in the front because he has to be first on everything. So I was...
you signed the contract.
You
have to sign it.
I was demoted to the middle. Yeah. So I'm stuck between these guys. So I was demoted. It is what it is.
Hey,
I'm happy to be at the tail end.
No, you're always bringing up the rear in a good way. You hold us all together.
I do what I can.
So let's talk about something here that you had sent me a link for earlier, Doug. I'm going to pass it over to you and tell us what we're going to talk about next.
I don't know, because I sent you multiple things. So
I only wait a second. I only got one. It was unless I missed it in the chat, but it was the Lego that you had.
Okay, yeah. So there's two other links attached to that as well. But no, yeah.
Oh, well, then I'll go back in and click on it.
Yeah, no worries. There's going to be an official Lego set featuring Sonic the Hedgehog. So Lego has this thing called Lego Ideas where fans can submit concepts for Lego sets to be made. A fan from the UK came up with this Sonic Generations Green Hill themed Lego set. It got over 10,000 positive votes. And Lego said, yeah, you know what? We'll do it. We're going to make this Lego set. Now, it will not look exactly like this. This is what the fan came up with. So Lego will obviously retool it and kind of change it to their liking, so to speak. So it's not going to be a 100% copy of this. But it's perfect timing because Sonic will be celebrating its 30th anniversary this year. So hopefully they get this out, before the end of the year. And it'll be really cool to see the Sega mascot, join the ranks of Mario in these new Lego sets that have recently surfaced in the last year.
Well, that's good.
I have a bone to pick with Lego. I have a bone, especially with that. I have a big bone. We've been trying for multiple years to have this made into Lego, and they have yet to do it. Come on, Lego. Space 1999 Eagle. Way before Sonic. Come on, people.
You just need 10,000 people that agree with you, Glenn. That's all.
I agree with me 10,000 times.
Well, sign up 10,000 different accounts on the Lego Idea and get it on there. You can do it. It'll take you a while. You might get carpal tunnel by the end of it, but you can do it.
You can do it.
Do it now.
So I only see, Doug. Mm-hmm. There's a YouTube video in there. Is that the other link that I was supposed to pull up?
Yeah, there's two different YouTube. And you can pull them up, or you can just Google search it. The other one we were gonna
let me pull it up briefly. Hang on.
Okay.
Make sure I got it here. No, that's the Lego one.
This is P-Dubs. P-Dubs, I think they should make a Lego dartboard. I really do, and I think you should buy it.
Oh, here we go with
$1,200.
The dartboards again. So is any of this stuff copywritten? What do you want to do? Do you want to do 00 or do you want to do the other one first?
00 should be fine because it's nothing but gameplay footage.
All right, so let's show this. So I'm going to flip it over to Doug. We've got some more news.
Yeah, so this leaked out on the internet in the last week. This is the remastered version of GoldenEye 007 that was scheduled to come out in 2007 on the Xbox 360. Due to legal reasons, it never saw the light of day and never actually got officially released. Thankfully, it leaked out on the internet, and you can actually download it and play it. It's fan-freaking-tastic. I played it all day Wednesday afternoon. It's basically a remastered version of your favorite N64 game, 007 GoldenEye, with updated graphics. It's really interesting because there's actually a little button in the game that you can toggle the graphics from the new remastered HD graphics to looking like the old original N64 graphics back and forth. So
that is cool. They're showing
intro here.
Yeah, they're showing it. That's cool.
They did a really good job.
And they also let you, I think with a key combination, you can go back to the old style graphics, right? You can downgrade it to the original
it's literally just a button press, which is really cool. So I played this with an Xbox 360 controller plugged on my PC. Yeah. It does play off of an Xbox 360 emulator currently, and I also plugged in a USB N64 controller, and it worked just fine. So it's super fun. It's out there on the internet. Definitely check it out. it's a great reason and an excuse to go back and enjoy GoldenEye 007 for the first time in probably many years, as most people probably haven't dusted off their N64 in a while. So definitely give it a shot. Like I said, just Google search it. You'll be able to find the ROM and the emulator you'll need for it. So
Yep,
very,
it's not too
very,
big.
no,
It was like
it's
700, 730 megs when you consider
yeah,
games today,
small
how big
file
there was.
sizes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was leaked for just like 1 hour. It was literally like 1 hour. It got out there, and it's all it needed to get to the community. And
That's
again,
the internet.
thank the person who did it, because again, this is a piece of gaming history that I understand. I kind of understand what Doug was saying before, that there was legal reasons. I mean, Microsoft and Rare were going back and forth, and Nintendo will go back and forth, and they just
And then
never
once you
happened.
get that, you still got to go back and get all the, the likenesses, all the actors and everything to re-sign and say, okay, we'll do it again. So, I mean, there's
Yep.
so many legal loopholes to jump through.
Yep. And so there was one tool like me going, nah, I want more.
No, you guys got to read that on the
Yeah,
lower third from Alan. This is great.
Tell P-dubs you can get a Wi-Fi connecting dartboard for 300 pounds in the UK. It's called Target Nexus. It doesn't have a whole soft top. Well played.
I like that. Alan, you have the comment of the night so far.
Absolutely.
That's hilarious. I don't know what this draw is like with the dartboard. Not to come down on P-dubs. I'm going to be neutral here, completely
they're
neutral.
fun. Dartboards are fun, but I
dartboards
can't see them
are
spend
fun.
that kind of money.
But here's the thing.
It's all fun and games until someone gets stabbed in the eye.
Well, no, here's the thing, okay? And we're going to go back to my trusty game room camera here, okay? And the reason we're going to do this is because I want to show something here. Look at how my cabinets are. There's maybe enough room here between my 12-in-1 and the Player 1 of the Ninja Turtles. If you're skinny, you could probably get in there and play that, okay? When you come over this way, I have a couch there right in front of the consoles. And then I have other games that I started sticking in the middle because it's like, where am I going to put them, right? So if I'm putting dartboards here, here's my NBA Jam, right? There's my Legends Ultimate. There's the Buck Hunter on the end because I need more room. Could you imagine putting a dartboard right above, say, this couch here, putting it up on the wall, and somebody walk by? You're gonna get smacked with it.
And where I lived, there was a bar. I mean, the dartboard was on the door to the men's room.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
That's kind of dangerous.
You get shot in the eye.
Yeah. So I mean, getting in might be okay, but when you went to leave, you took your life in your own hands trying to get out.
So that's my thing, and I'm not saying everybody. There might be more people that have room, but what about those that don't have the room because you got so many cabinets? I mean, you got to think of it like that. And I think Arcade 1-Up, At Games, all these companies are thinking the same way. Like, why would we come out with something like that when most people aren't going to have the room for it? I mean, you could take it to your garage, maybe.
Space conscientious is, their MO and their
hang
business
on the
model.
wall, man.
Yeah, but you got to stand far enough away from it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not fun to play darts 3 feet away.
That's how I play. That's how I win.
Well, I'm already thinking like, okay, if I get any more cabinets, where am I going to put Big Buck Hunter so I can have enough room to stand back?
That's what dining rooms are for.
Well,
you got to tell Mrs. Tech Buzz, listen, you have a career. You got to tell Mrs. Tech Buzz, listen, you have a career. Okay, you have a job to do. Your job is to do these reviews. Now, if she wants to stunt your growth and income, that's fine. But then she can't go and buy something she wants. You need the room in the dining room, in the bedroom, in the kids' rooms, wherever, to put the game.
I already started taking over the music room. I took my Legends Gamer Pro and put it in front of the TV on the stand. It's now over there on the big TV that was left here. So that's just the start. It's getting used to the idea of something like that in there. Then you slowly start moving things in there, and it's like, oh, it's not that big a deal.
It's a gradual process.
Yeah. I've already been thinking ahead.
I like how you think.
Yeah.
I like how you think.
Yeah. So, anyways, before we get into the next thing with the MVSX, you guys all saw these wonderful shirts our buddy Angel sent out to us. If you didn't get to see it, there it is. You can see it. Disability
Actually,
upgrades.
to be honest, he sent it to me. And I felt bad. I said, Angel, you got to send it to Steven and Doug. They'll be very upset. I know you sent it to me because I was your favorite, but you got to send it to those guys as well. So I had to send him a couple bucks, but he eventually decided to send you guys a couple of shirts.
Either way.
Well, thanks for helping us out, Glenn.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Either way,
I'm here for you guys.
We do want to let you guys know, if this is the first time you're hearing about Angel and disability upgrades, we want you to take a look at this, and we'll be right back. And we are back, and we want to say a special thank you again to Angel. Listen, we use his arcades. Just about all of us here have at least multiple arcade marquees from Angel, not arcades, but marquees. And I know Angel's right now working on the Buck Hunter one for me. Well, actually, it's Big Buck World, and I'm sure Doug, you have the order in for yours because you
Absolutely.
were gonna mod yours, but then you found out that I can't make the guns work that I want to work with it, or
Yeah, I was originally gonna, just put a PC in there and load it up with a bunch of light gun games. When then I found out the stock send-in guns don't technically register on a PC, so that kind of changed my mind, and I'll do that mod for something else. And this Big Buck Hunter cabinet, once I get it all tricked out with a new screen and a light-up marquee, will probably end up being a Father's Day gift for my big buck hunting loving father. He loves to kill him some deer, so this will keep him happy and excited for sure.
Sweet.
But you never know. You're probably going to do that, and then very, very sneaky will come out a little module that makes it work, and you just gave it away.
He'll just buy another one.
I was about to say, let's be real. I'm going to make more decisions, more purchases, and more mistakes.
and this is why, folks, the wives are not allowed to watch this show.
Correct.
I was going to suggest we should have wives' night, and you guys should have your wives on so I can talk to them.
Oh, my wife's not talking to me right now because I beat one of her pinball scores last night. So there was legit, angry fumes coming out of her eyes and her ears. And I totally thought I was going to get shanked in the middle of the night because I'm like, she took it personally. Like, she worked hard on that score and I beat it first try. And
Which one?
It was a black belt, Zaccaria pinball table game. It was on the little well-played tabletop.
Okay,
yeah,
so she expected to beat you in a game called Black Belt. Is that
exactly?
Right?
And that's what I told her. I'm like, I'm a legitimate black belt. If anybody's going to have the high score on this, by God, it's going to be me. But she didn't take too kindly to that explanation either.
So I do think we need a wives' night. I need to.
I think my wife would probably sit in on this. She probably would. She wouldn't know what to say, but she probably would sit in on it. So.
Doug?
I mean, she'll sit on it and make fun of me. My wife gives zero crap about any of this stuff. She just thinks it's, unnecessary. Like, we both have different hobbies. Like, she likes to sew and play Candy Crush. That's
Look
like
at their
an extension of video games.
I would love to talk about sewing. I love crocheting.
She'll gladly, sit on and just sit here and make fun of me the entire time. So if you guys want to sit, listen to her rag on me, but
Doug,
work.
It might be interesting for the viewers to get the opinion of these games from other people other than us, people that just play it on like a game night or. I see.
I absolutely agree.
These guys in the chat room.
And maybe we can get Kong's wife to come on. Kong's wife can come on and maybe talk about Big Buck Hunter.
I think we'll get hit with an NC-17 rating. She's been very provocative. I was watching that review, and this was the true story. I was watching the review video, and Kong's wife was on there, and my wife was in the other room, but I had the volume on my laptop loud enough. She goes, "What the hell are you watching?" And I'm like, rotated. She's like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "I totally thought that was something else." I'm like, "Yeah." Sorry about that.
I don't understand why people say stuff like that. I mean, that was a very wholesome review. I liked it. Wholesome.
My wife has already asked. She has seen. I mean, she knows you, but she doesn't know you. So she's already seen you caressing your gadgets, and she said, "Is there something wrong with that guy?" And I'm like, "No, that's just Glenn." It's like, see, that's she's seen stuff like that. Quick, guys, screen grab.
Lego's not going to make that, Glenn. Reasons just like
Look,
that.
I'm telling you, honestly, this show, if you guys never seen Space 999, is a classic, and classic Battlestar Galactica, Legos. Get with it, people. Come on.
I don't know, but I just got a really awesome screen grab of that, and that's going to turn into a meme. You just wait and see. So that's the
going on a t-shirt.
Well, that's the cool thing with the TriCaster. I just hit one button, it screen grabs instantly. So.
Well, you know me, I'm an internet whore.
Hey, I get that. So let's talk a little bit about games. We haven't mentioned anything, and Doug can also give an update too on the situation with his pinball table. Right? We can talk a little bit about that. But National Owners Day is coming up. If you guys remember, last year, Games put a whole mess of prizes and competitions and different things like that together. And I know this year coming up, they're planning to do something similar for National Owners Day. So it's a great opportunity for you owners of AtGames products to get involved from the community. You know, I would go out there and on social media hashtag @games gaming or @games. Your cabinet pinball table with you and your family or whatever, they might use it. They didn't tell me this. I know how last year's went. I mean, we all submitted photos and stuff last year. So if you have a good gaming setup when your kids are having a ball playing the pinball or the Legends Ultimate or the Gamer Pro or Mini, get it out there. Get a picture, put it on Facebook, and tag them with it. I'm sure they'd love to include it in National Owners Day. I mean,
whoa. I just read a comment here. I got to stop the presses.
All right, where's it at?
Crumb said classic BSG sucked compared to the new one. Ha! Give me a break. The new show was horrible. They had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to kill the Cylons, and they go, you know what? We can't. They wiped out everybody. Give me a break. Classic Battlestar Galactica rocks. The end. Okay, continue.
We gotta, Doug, you and I gotta come up with a bumper called Glenn's Rants, and every time he does something like that, I hit the button and it goes. Wait, hang on, Glenn. I'll mention something about like Kathleen Kennedy or something, and I'll let you go to town here. And then I have the perfect thing for this. I just got to get to it. Because this will be, this will be good.
You guys know I got my pinball machine. I didn't tell you guys either. I got my pinball machine.
Did you really? What'd you get?
Did you know?
I did. Ready?
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Does
got a light?
Does it have
got some volume to it?
It does.
Wait, what's the artwork on it? Is it Kathleen Kennedy Star Wars?
Oh God, no! Please, people, please. I still think we have to do a thing for Arcade 1-Up to get the Kathleen Kennedy part wiped off that machine.
Oh, you like Kathleen Kennedy? That's what you want.
I do. I like her under my boot.
Every time we mention it, this is what happens to Glenn's brain.
Yep.
That's pretty much what happens.
She's gonna be gone. I'm telling you, this year she's gonna be gone. It's gonna happen this year. She's gonna be gone.
That is loud. Why is that thing so loud? That pinball. What did you put in it? A supersonic speaker?
It's just a little bit more.
That's loud.
Yeah.
You know what? It's about the experience. I'll spend the $5 on that one. It's about the experience.
All right, so Alan says, full shot of Glenn, let him go, then a massive explosion as his head fries. Oh, we can do that again. We can blow Glenn up again. You want to blow him up again? We'll just, ready? Here we go.
Well done.
Yeah, we can do that. We
have the Lucasfilm level CGI right there.
Yeah. The new Battlestar Galactica, it was good. And it was a nice show. I watched it. I watched the beginning. I watched to the end, and then I watched them like rape our ancestors with Cylons in themselves to make who we are now. So thanks a lot, people. But for me, the classic Galactica with the Cylons were made by a different race who got wiped out by their own creations and then came to wipe us out. You can't be Chrome. I mean, they're classic Chrome guys in the Battlestar Galactica. I'm sorry. The Vipers were better. The ships were better. Starbuck was a guy. End of discussion.
Do you feel better now?
I do. I
Glenn
gotta get
doesn't
these
like
out.
change.
So I want to do.
I don't like.
I want to do a little commercial here, only because if you guys didn't see this, I had gotten for review one of the GT Racing, and I have to do a review yet because I just got it and I told them I wasn't going to do it for at least 2 weeks, but so far I'm liking it. So I wanted to show you guys right now. Yeah, I had to do that just for Glenn. So if you go over to GT Racing, you can go gtracing.com and you can find one of the chairs that you like. Now, right now, I just have like a basic model. It doesn't have like a speaker or anything like that in it. Like some of these have it in there. This is actually the chair that I have. Like I'd like to get the add-on for the footrest that comes out. But I have a code right now, TTB15, that'll get you $15 off if you want to purchase this chair. or one of the other chairs that are on the website. And the reason I was checking this out, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about this because I had a mesh gaming chair. Like it has the whole, everything's mesh
Breathable,
with
yeah.
lower lumbar, but I don't really feel a whole lot of difference between now. Now my mesh one was older, it was like 5, 6 years old, but some people were saying that it's uncomfortable, it's cheaply made, and honestly, I think for the price, I mean, I've seen some of these ones that are thousands of dollars, and I'm like, that's insane for this. Now I'm sure there's quality differences, but for the price, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was a pretty good value. And I know you have one, Doug. What chair do you have right now?
Mine is Devoco, I think is the brand. It was like the best one I could find on Amazon under $150 that had a certain aesthetic that I was looking for and had minimal like branding and things like that on it. I've had it for almost 2 years now, and it's still holding strong. Granted, I'm not like 300 pounds or anything like that, so obviously my use case is going to be a little bit different than everything. For the most part, most of these chairs are relatively the same. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if 80% of them are made in the exact same factory and just get, different logos slapped on them on their way out. But overall, do you need one? Probably not. Are they nice to have? Yes. It's much more comfortable than, a standard basic run-of-the-mill computer chair, especially if you get one that kind of hugs around you, especially if you spend long hours in the chair, whether it be editing, playing video games, or whatever. It's a nice creature comfort.
Well, that's why you need to get one. You can go over, like I said, I have the promo code right there in the lower third. Write it down if you're interested. You want to get your kids one. You want one. Heck, Glenn might even want one. Glenn might need one.
I got this old chair from 1977.
That's why you need one.
It's got no back or anything.
I was getting ready to say, how's that back support, Glenn?
He's gonna fall. He's gonna go down.
Yep.
Well, either way, guys, like I said, I'm going to give a full review on it. I'm going to go through it and give my thoughts. My curiosity, and I don't know how yours is, Doug, but being that it's leather, come those summer days, is it going to stick to my body like
swamp butt?
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that because my mesh was always cool in the summertime. Is that going to be the case with this?
I mean, I can tell you from experience, like when it becomes August here in Missouri and it's, 102 degrees outside and humid as AF, and I'm upstairs and I've got, my studio lights on and things like that. Yeah, it gets pretty swampy. It's pretty miserable. Not gonna lie.
We're going to have to see.
I think that's going to be the case with any leather or pleather chair, period.
Well, it'll be interesting. One more thing we wanted to kind of discuss today. Arcade One Up. We're actually rounding the horn here. We're being able to cover everybody. And Glenn made mention about the Kathleen Kennedy and the pinball, but no, Attack from Mars came out, and the pre-orders finally came to Best Buy, and I think they sold out pretty quick from what I saw.
Sold out before the afternoon, so it popped up first thing in the morning, and by lunchtime it was gone.
Now,
I know a lot of people are
Go ahead.
a little bit upset because Arcade One Up had their like push notifications where you sign up on their website and it says, "Hey, notify me." By the time those notifications got out to a lot of people, Best Buy had already sold out. But again, that's supply and demand. That's the way it works.
So my question for you guys is, with AtGames at $5.99, and now they put this out. Now, obviously, they don't have any control over the markup that Best Buy does or anything like that. $5.99 for the Arcade One Up. Because I saw it went up too with the Star Wars, as well as
all the machines on Best Buy are $5.99. Yeah,
$5.99. Do you think that's smart on Best Buy's part because you can get the Legends Ultimate, even the Legends Pinball for $5.99? Is that a deal breaker, Glenn?
Well, again, it comes down to different things. Some people may actually prefer the smaller unit. It might not be for an adult, might be for their kids in the kids' room. A good parent brings home a nice little pinball machine. And the game tables are different. I mean, the game tables that Arcade One Up has is very different than what the AtGames pinball has. So I don't think it's really a deal breaker. Again, like Doug said before, and the people rip me out of my Adventure Vision today on eBay. It's supply and demand. And, people will spend that kind of money, and they will. There's no question. People want to have it. It's been hyped up for a long time. They'll spend the money. However, if you're a smart little bee, just wait a little bit. Prices will come down. There'll be sales. It'll happen. If you don't have to be the very first one in your neighborhood, like not like this clown who has to have everything at once, you can save a little bit. But I don't think it's really a deal breaker. The only thing that'll happen is if they don't sell, price will come down. But I don't think that'll be the case.
Doug, what about you? I mean, you have the Star Wars, you have the Legends, you have pretty much all of them but Toy Shock.
I've got lots of pinball. Let's just put it
Yes.
that way. But yeah, I don't think $5.99 is a deal breaker. Obviously, I mean, it sold out in a matter of hours, and it's crazy high anticipation for that specific cabinet. I think Attack from Mars is going to be their #1 seller out of the 3 of this original lineup. Just a matter of how many can they make, how quickly can they get them over here, and how quickly can they satiate the consumer needs. Obviously, if you don't want to pay $5.99, just play the waiting game. Wait for either GameStop to get it, Arcade 1-Up to sell it, from their web store, or Walmart to sell it. If all these companies, like if Best Buy keeps selling it out in waves, Walmart's going to knock on not Best Buy, they're going to knock on Arcade 1-Up's door, or, call them and say, hey, we want a piece of that pie. How do we get it? And then next thing you know, you got a $500 Attack from Mars on Walmart.com or something like that. So if you really, really want it, you'll have to pay a little bit of a buyer's early adopter premium.
Right.
But other than that, just be patient. Prices will come down, whether it be $50, $100, who knows. But either way, it's still a deal in my opinion, because the functionality and the feature set you get for both at games, Arcade 1-Up, whatever, sub $1,000 is very impressive.
Well, the first time it hits $500 or $450, I'm buying the Star Wars pinball, because I'm taking a page out of your book here where you're saying, wait, I really want the Star Wars at games pinball or Arcade 1-Up pinball, because I have the at games, I have the Toy Shock, but I want that Star Wars artwork. I want the games. I want that as a
half the artwork anyway.
I want that half the artwork. But I waited with Big Buck Hunter, and everybody was screaming because they paid $500 and $550. I got it for $450, but I didn't pre-order it. I got it. It came up on Walmart for $450. Game Room Mom 77 actually put it out on Facebook, and I, following a bunch of different people, and she says Walmart has it now. I went,
but yeah,
bought it. I bought it instantly. So I'm hoping this is going to pay off as well. As we learned from Arcade 1-Up that if you're smart and you don't have to have it day one, don't pre-order it and it'll come down in price. So
yeah, I mean, just look at the PlayStation 26 or Xbox 55, whatever's out for kids these days. When you're the first person getting it, what are you paying top dollar? I mean,
right.
And there's even markups at times. You want to get it today, we'll charge you above. It's just the way it works. You want to be first, you're going to pay more. You can't cry foul.
Right.
At that, you just wait a little bit.
So there's a question here that I have up on the lower third. It's a question for all of you. When available in the UK, what's your thoughts on either the Legends or iArcade? Which one to go for? Would love to have, and I don't know if you could pull it up on Facebook, but I don't know what he'd like to have one or the other. I guess is the question. His second question, I'm not gonna ask because I know Doug's not gonna answer that one. But I might happen to throw it up on the actual screen so everybody knows what we're talking about. For those that are on YouTube, I'll let you guys go first. Doug, what do you think? Should he go for the iArcade? Because I mean, this is subjective. Let's just be honest.
I was about to say, don't ask me that question because it's going to be the same kind of response I give on the pinball. Like, I'm not going to tell people what they should and shouldn't do with their hard-earned money. I'll tell everyone the exact same thing. Weigh the pros and cons of whatever machines you're, looking at. Find out what values, what features you think are the most important. Do you want to be able to have, a multi-CAD experience where you can load any and everything, any ROMs, hook up a computer, live stream from it, all those type of things? Do you want something that has a online store ecosystem where you just buy a couple of preset games onto your, arcade? Do you care about screen size? Do you care about buttons and joystick? I mean, you just really have to do a little list of pros and cons, look out the specs and the details of both machines, and at the end of the day, find out which one suits you best. And if you're in the UK, I mean, sometimes shipping and availability just kind of makes that decision for you, because I don't know about the worldwide availability of the iArcade at this moment.
Well, and here's the other thing, and let's talk about this for a second here. When it comes to these arcades, whether it be the Legends Ultimate or it's the iArcade, what do you want out of the arcade as far as if you have kids? If you have kids, I would highly recommend getting the iArcade because Jung prides himself on making family-friendly games available on the system, whereas the AT games, you're the guy that's going to be putting them on. I'm not saying the built-in games are not family-friendly on the AT games, and you also got to talk about space, right? So we can actually do a demonstration here. Should we do something different than we normally do on the show here?
Do it.
Should we do it?
Do it, Steven.
All right.
Do it.
Let's try to do something here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a walk over to the arcade. You'll still be able to hear me. So over there you can see the iArcade. It's standing next to the Miss Pac-Man here. So you can kind of see that's the other thing you want to take into consideration is height on this. If this is significantly higher than the arcade one up. And so that's the other thing, and it's also significantly higher as far as height goes here. And I don't know how it is in the UK, but a lot of my friends, they don't have a lot of room in the UK homes over there. They're a lot smaller. But as you can see here, I'm 6'2", and Doug, this is probably how it looks for you standing next to it, right?
Yes, sir.
But then when I come over here to the Miss Pac-Man, I got to kind of go like this in order to play it. And that's pretty much with any arcade one-up. I kind of lean in and actually the AT games, and I know you can't really see it that well from this camera angle, but it's probably at least, would you guys say, about a half-inch lower than the arcade one-up table? It looks to be that from there.
Yeah. I'd say you're probably pretty accurate with that.
I'd say it's probably at least a half an inch, maybe 5/8. Okay. So when I'm standing here, I mean it's comfortable. My hands are down, but the screen is also down further. So that's the other thing. You've got, what, a 17-inch screen versus a 24-inch screen. Widescreen versus 5.4.
19-inch on iArcade.
Is it 19? Okay. 19. Yep. It's 17 on the arcade one-up, the big buck hunter. Okay.
Yep.
So you're going from 19 to 24. So that's the other side of it. So the funny part is the iArcade is, with the marquee of the big buck hunter, is exactly the same height, which I just thought that was kind of funny. But that's the question you got to ask yourself, if that's something that you really want to do based on that. It's something we don't normally
Different
do.
Strokes, different folks. It's just whatever meets each person's unique.
The best thing to do is just buy them all, man. Just come
on. Yeah. People don't have the money to be buying them all. Come on, man.
Yeah, money and space. Yeah, if we had unlimited supply of both, we would gladly buy them all.
And that's
you want food or you want a console. I mean, you got to choose. That's up to you.
But I will say, through COVID, this has gotten us through. And my friends, they come over. Like we'd have two other couples that would come over all through COVID.
I don't recall being over your house.
Well, you didn't ask. And you weren't allowed to travel out of state anyways without quarantining.
Yeah, definitely not.
So,
they know I'm patient.
But that's what we did. We played these, and I kept buying games because it was like, okay, what are we going to do? And I wanted to build an arcade, and I've successfully done that. And if you're wondering where the pinball tables are, they're the Star Wars sit-down arcade and the pinball tables are all lined up on this wall here, which, I don't know if you saw it from that vantage point, but it works. Everything works in that fashion. So, I don't know. I like the way the iArcade's built, but the AT Games Legends not built bad. So I would have to say, and I hate to say this, but I would say the arcade one-ups are built cheaper than all of them. If I had to be completely truthful, wouldn't you say, like the way the quality of the board compared to the others?
Are you talking about the actual
materials? The materials.
Panel? Okay.
Yeah, the materials.
When you said board, I was like, PCBs are all about the same.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
The AT Games is a thicker fiber. What do they call that? Whatever the board is.
Well, it is, but
MDF.
We have the 1.0. I'm not sure if the 1.1
That's a good question. That's a good one. Yeah.
The 1.0 of the AT Games machine, I like the build of it. I like the connectors, the joining. Everything about that machine was really, really good. But I've heard some people say that they changed quite a bit between the 1.0 and the 1.1. Again, not that it's a bad thing, you're trying to mass market things. You're trying to improve. I mean, you generally try to improve stuff and make things more inexpensive to manufacture. But I just don't know. I don't have that machine, so I can't comment.
Yeah.
I will say between my iArcade is not here yet. It is on the way. But between the At Games Legends Ultimate and the Arcade One Up, like Doug said before, it's a personal preference.
Yes.
I definitely enjoy, like, when I play Centipede or any of these games here, I always go to these because it's got the look of Centipede or Galaga or Space Invaders. I love. I mean, I know my guy. So I go to them to play that because they look like the machine.
But you're a
and
grown
that's kind
adult.
of what you want.
But you're a grown adult, Doug. How many times?
Prove it.
Like if you
Prove
had,
it.
if your nieces or nephews come over, like we've had young kids come over, I'm more skittish of them around the Arcade 1-Ups than I am of the other machines, only because of the build quality. Like they like to sit on, I don't know what it is with kids, but they like to sit on a stool and kick the kick panel. And I'm like, just because it's called a kick
Now
panel,
you know why it's called the kick panel.
that's not why you're supposed to. So that always
the name, Steven.
I know,
Yeah.
but that's what makes me nervous with them. Whereas the iArcade is heavy duty. I would say out of all three companies, and this is my opinion. You should go buy it because of this. I think John's build quality in the iArcade is far superior than all the other cabinet makers. You're also paying a premium for that, so let me state that. There's a big difference there. But if you asked me which one I think is built the best, I would have to go with the iArcade.
How do you feel about the MSX? Not the MSX, the Neo Geo MVSX.
MVSX, yeah.
Yeah, MVSX. How'd you feel about like the base? Do you
I
even have the base?
I didn't have the base, so that would be a Doug question. Because didn't you get the base, or did you just get the bar top?
I didn't get the base either. I just got the bar top, and to
Okay.
me, it was on par with Arcade 1-Up across the board.
Okay.
Although, interesting revelations over the last week with the MVSX is it's got a lot of new mods for it, soft mods. So the Hilo Stick team
Easy
put out a
soft
couple
mod,
of a couple of packages out there. So there's CPS 1, 2, and 3 support. You can load up the entire expanded Neo Geo library, and these are relatively easy mods to do. You're basically going to flash a USB stick and plug it into the system on the onboard USB port. You don't have to do anything crazy like a Raspberry Pi and change out monitors and LCD controller boards or things like that, or people have normally done with Arcade 1-Up mods. This, like I said, you just load it up onto a USB stick, have all your favorite games that were not originally on this machine, and you're good to go. You still get to use some of the same features. So you got your load states, your save states, your scan line generators, where it be horizontal, vertical, 40 degrees, all those options that are in the MVSX ecosystem, you'll be able to add and use on these games and these game packages thanks to the Hilo Stick team.
Very, very cool. I'm glad you
Absolutely.
you found that and brought it up. And where people can just search that, right? Or do you have links to it that they can?
Yeah, I don't have any
Yeah.
links. There's plenty of them out there. It's kind of knock on the door, say the secret password type of stuff, but simple Google search and you'll be on your way.
Very, very cool. So that was one of the big things that I had when I did the real world review, right? I would not spend the money for the MVSX only because, and I did review it. I was like, you guys, I got to have hands on with it in the beginning. If it was sent to me where I got to keep it, I wouldn't turn it down, obviously, like anybody. But would I go out and spend the money for it? No, because I pretty much have it on other cabinets. Like, I don't need it. My friends, when I asked them, I said, so is this a cabinet that you would buy compared to an Arcade 1-Up or an At Games or even iArcade? Well, we didn't have it at the time, but they knew about it. Their response was, there's too many fighting games on this. Like, they're not into fighting games.
You have to be a Neo Geo fan. If you're a Neo Geo fan, it's a no-brainer to buy that machine.
They played Metal Slug.
It's a fighting game.
That's all they played. That Metal Slug got played on that cabinet during the review period that I had it more than any other game on that cabinet. Even myself and my son, well, we played King of Fighters a couple times, but I mean, my friends were like, well, no, I'd go buy Miss Pac-Man or I would buy Galaga or the 12-in-1. I mean, there are more games that everybody can play and you don't need to do 50 button combos. And so I get that. I think a Neo Geo collector or somebody that grew up with Neo Geo, that's who that target audience is. In my honest opinion, that's what I feel like.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen people, reskin their arcade one-up cabinets with the big red themed artwork and vinyl graphics and try to make their own little miniature version of the, big red machine. That's essentially what the MVS-X is. You've got the option of the versatility of making a bar top or, a three-quarter scale arcade machine. And then now you have the expandability to add further games on there that, maybe you don't want to play fighting games. Maybe you want to play some side-scrolling beat 'em up games, some brawlers, things like that. You can expand that library and play those games, and you no longer are hindered to the uh, sequestered miniature Neo Geo library that this thing came with.
So there you have it, folks. I think for a light news week, I think we did have pretty much. I think we got a lot of stuff out there, but I don't know. I think that's all we got for you guys today. But so we'll let you know next week. Glenn's working on getting some guests. We're working on getting some special guests. The last Friday of the month, we are going to do the game show. I guess that's what you call it. The community show. I don't want to call it the game show, but the community show. Yeah, I don't know why I said game. That's Rexer's thing. There was people that were asking about this too when my episode was going to air. So I don't know if you guys had seen this. This is a little bit of a personal update, if you will. But Discovery Plus, who owns TLC, and a bunch of other, I forget what other television stations that they own, they actually moved Dr. Pimple Popper and some of the other ones like 90 Day Fiance to Discovery Plus. So from what I was told, the end of February, early March is when the episode's going to air on Discovery Plus. Now, a lot of people were like, well, I'm not paying $4.99 a month just to watch this that used to be on TV. So what they're doing right now is don't sign up for it. Wait until you find out when the episode's going to air. You can get a 7-day trial, and then you just cancel it. You'll probably have to put your PayPal or a credit card in.
You don't need it. After we're on it, you don't need to watch it anyway.
Yeah, so I will tell you, Doug and Glenn are both going to be on it. It's going to be a fun episode that we did on Dr. Pimple Popper. And as you can see, this is probably the first episode that I'm wearing barely any makeup. So if you guys remember, back when we first did this, go back and watch about 4 months ago now, right? 5 months ago, right?
Yeah.
5 months. October.
I guess it could be.
Go back and look and compare. You're going to see a huge difference. And like I said, I'm barely wearing anything, and that's not normal. Normally, it's pretty heavy duty. But anyways, so that's what's coming up. So don't go in and go get unless you want Discovery Plus. If you're a Verizon customer, from what I understand, you get it free for a year, Discovery Plus, so you can watch it.
Which, if you get anything free from Verizon, you're paying for it. Trust me.
Yeah. So keep that in mind for when the episode. And again, I know Michael B, the Game Genie, he's seen. I guess it was a preview he's seen. It was on TV. And a couple guys sent me screenshots. So I know a lot of you guys want to see the episode. And like I said, these guys are in it, both the before and after. So it's kind of cool. We got to do that and have the TV company filming us. That was kind of unique. So that's coming up.
And they tried to get me a couple of contracts for a couple of episodes of different shows on TLC. So I don't know if I'm going to do it. My life story. We'll see.
Glenn's going to be on that follow-up. It's 9 Day Fiance. Not 90 days. It's just 9 days.
Well, listen, we tried to talk him into doing a show for Glenn. We tried to get him to do a dating show with Glenn, and they just kind of laughed about it. But I think they were seriously thinking about it.
They kept sending men. I'm like, I don't want to date men. What are you sending me this stuff for?
So anyway, so that's what's going on here. We've got a few things in the works. I'm going to continue. There's been a lot of renovations here in the studio, a lot of tech upgrades due to my new company that I'm working for. So things are going to be constantly evolving here, and we're going to have some fun. But I want to let you know, tonight at 9 p.m., the Super Game Room dudes, they should be on. I believe P-Dubs hasn't said otherwise. I think they are going to be on. Rexer's doing something. I think if Rexer's still in the chat room, I don't know if he's got something this weekend. I know it's Super Bowl weekend, but I know he's doing like
Go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs.
I'm saying the Mets are going to win. or the Braves. One of those guys are going to win.
Rex, do you have anything he is in the chat room. Okay. Rex, do you have anything that's this weekend? Any shows that are coming up? I know you're doing the championships and different things with the gaming. Glenn lost, so I know it's going to be hard to find a new champion.
Yeah, but Negan's supposed to be on. Negan's in.
Oh, is he? Is he still in?
Yeah, Negan's in. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't win, but he did.
21st is the Tournament of Champions. is what Rexer
21st.
said.
All right, 21st, the Tournament of Champions. So make sure you guys tune in. What time? 9?
I think it's 9 usually.
9
9
East
p.m.
Coast or 9? Yes, 9 East.
Everything's East Coast, man.
And
East Coast is what matters.
Well, he's West Coast. That's why I asked.
I know, but it doesn't
or
matter.
Mountain
East
Time or
Coast.
whatever he is.
East Coast. Just leave it at East Coast.
Okay, so Rexer has that coming up at that time. So as people are dropping off here, we want to make sure we do that. Go over, Mr. Doug, what do you got coming up this week?
The Super Bowl. Go Chiefs.
YouTube.com/cooltoy. I think he's been putting out a lot of cool toys, if you will. I saw a Transformer
I see what you did
notification. Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
I've been
I've
working
been
on it.
spending some money on plastic. That's what I do.
So he's got a ton of plastic. Go check out the go check out the channel. And this guy here, I don't have to self-promote for him. He can do it himself.
No, but I don't know if you ever mentioned. Did you let people know that they can actually hear us on Amazon as well as iTunes? Did they know that?
No, I think we mentioned earlier on, but they don't know. Like, I've put us into any podcasting app, video and audio, that if you want to subscribe. And Glenn's 100%. He couldn't believe it. He's like, "We're in Amazon." I'm like, "Yeah, we've got it."
Wow.
So we can do
That's
live.
why I kicked Bezos out. You're gone, Bezos. Goodbye. Get out. We're in.
So that's good. That's a good point. So if you guys missed the show or you missed part of it and you just want the audio or you just want the video, you can subscribe to it on iTunes, YouTube. You can go on Google Play if you have an Android device. You can go on Anchor, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon, Roku, Fire TV.
It's everywhere.
We're everywhere. And when I say we're everywhere,
Yeah.
we're everywhere. Like
And share.
I do this.
Tell your friends. That's a bigger thing. Tell your friends. I mean, I don't have any friends, but you guys do. So tell a friend.
Yeah, tell P-dubs, tell a friend, the whole nine. That's how it works. YouTube.com/GPlanamento. Make sure you guys check it out. And also check out our buddy Angel, This Ability. That guy's got to get a Facebook page. We got to talk to him about getting a Facebook page, because I always say, like, hey, contact Angel. You got to get, like, disability upgrades. So, yeah, we really appreciate you guys tuning in. I know we're running a little over. Go Mets. We're running a little over, but that's fine. We will see you guys next week. And I want to kind of do something like I've been doing a little bit differently than we normally do when we go out. So, again, I've been playing around with stuff here. So we really appreciate you guys tuning in, and we want to see you guys next week. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and until next time, keep it buzzing.